All right, Video Guys, News Day Tuesday. I'm Gary and welcome to today's show. Today's show, as you can see out here on the table, is all about portable hard drives. We've got portable hard drives from all of our key portable drive vendors. We've got stuff from LaCie, stuff from Glyph, stuff from GTECH. But today we're really going to go into how those drives fit your workflow, what you're shooting, what you're doing with them. So let's talk about it. We've broken it down into different solutions. First of all, I want to go over something that people may not realize, and that is we've got some extra logos here because GTECH is part of Western Digital and LaCie is part of Seagate. Both Seagate and Western Digital are starting to get into drives that don't necessarily have the GTECH and LaCie branding on them, so we're putting it as two brands there each. We also have Glyph and SecureData, so we're going to look at mobile storage solutions, rugged drives, SSD drives, secure drives, and RAIDs, and more. So we're really excited about today's show. One of the things I want to review, and if we can pull this up full speed, I think it's real important, and that is that your storage has to do with your throughput. So if you're just looking for a portable drive that you can move files around, copy your data off of in the field and put it onto, a hard drive to have a backup of it, well, that's where a portable drive is fine with a throughput of under 2,500 megabytes. If you actually want to do HD editing from that drive, ProRes, DNX, or compressed 4K, you really want something in the 450 to 550 megabit range. And then if you're going to be doing ProRes RAW, HD RAW, you want at least 1,000. And if you're going to be doing 4K RAW, 4K uncompressed, then you really want to get into 2,500. So we have those figures there based on your workflows. And once again, this is for editing on those drives. You don't always have to use your portable drive for editing, but if you wanted to, we wanted to give you some ballpark numbers that you should know as this will be good enough for the video that I'm shooting kind of thing. All right, we're going to start with the basics, and that is USB3 storage solutions and portable storage solutions. Cool. Small factors. Now, these are the drives, as you look on the table, that we have over here in front of the laptop. There's a whole bunch of them out there. They're available at various speeds. They basically have USB 3 connectivity. They start at under $100, affordable, small form factor, bus powered from a single cable. And the average throughput on these is about 130, whereas we have some USB-C ones with the USB-C connector. You're going to get a little bit faster throughput. You're going to get up to 140 megabits per second, and that's the G Technology G-Drive Mobile USB-C, LaCie mobile drive starting at about $75. Very cool. We're excited about that. And those are easy drives to use. But one of the things I really want to talk about is that USB-C does not equal Thunderbolt. The connector is the same. So I want to pick up a drive here and show. Let me see which one. Yeah, here's a good example. Can we go to the overhead case? You can see that connector. I'm trying to do it. I might be, I'm blowing this. I'm getting this. There it is. It's a small little connector. You can see this one is labeled as USB. And that's important because you can plug a USB 3 cable into a USB-C cable into one that says USB 3, and you'll get great throughput. If it says Thunderbolt, you have to plug in the Thunderbolt 3 cable. If you plug in the Thunderbolt 3 device to a USB 2 or vice versa, it negotiates to the slower speed of the 2 or even worse. So the big thing to understand is you want the connectivity that best matches your computer that you're going to be using, your laptop. In this case, the laptop we have here doesn't have Thunderbolt 3, but it has USB-C. So for basic portable connectivity, I'd be looking for a USB-C would be good enough. Now, rugged storage solutions. This is really the category that's probably the most popular category. And, if you're in the world today, you know this is pretty much the standard. This is the drive. I'm going to learn how to use this overhead camera, okay? These are the rugged drives, that familiar orange wrap around them. That's how you know it's from LaCie. Glyph has overhead rugged drives. GTECH just launched their Armor rugged drives. They're blue, proposed blue drive rubber case. These drives are designed to give you reliability. Chuck them in a backpack, don't worry about it. They are very, very rugged. I wouldn't drop them from the top of a building, but if you drop them a few feet, you'd have nothing to worry about. Also, they are weather protected. Some of them are waterproof. Some of them are kind of water resistant. That depends on the product. Some will work in more extreme conditions than others. That's where you want to try to read the specs if you're looking for something. If you're going into the Himalaya mountains to mountain climb, or you're going to go into the jungle, where it's hot and humid, pick the one that's right. If you're going to be doing kayaking, get the drive that's there. But these rugged drives are great for take on the road, and they do have throughputs that are pretty fast. So I want to go through LaCie, has the widest family. This is the bread and butter of the LaCie product line. That's what they're famous for. They have Thunderbolt USB-C. These drives have both Thunderbolt 2 and USB-C. They're starting 2 terabytes at $179. There's also SSD flavors. They have USB-C only. They have Thunderbolt USB 3. And then they also have the rugged mini. So there's a whole family of drives over there. And we just want to, can we bring this up full screen just because it's a little, let people get a chance to look at the different price levels there so they can see it. But basically 1 terabyte is going to run you from $79 up to $179, depending on what kind of connectivity you need and what kind of throughput. Next, I want to show you about a device. It's a pretty cool device. It got introduced at NAB, started shipping a few months ago, and that's the Rugged RAID Shuttle. And that's a rugged high-capacity RAID with up to 250 megabytes per second. So it's easily formatted for 0-1. That's this drive right here. And I want to show people that on the overhead so you can get the feel of how big this is. And there it is. All right, so here's our connectivity. Here's the drive. I think it's kind of cool as a form factor. You know, it's not, most RAIDs are stacked up and become blocky. I like that it's thin because it fits easily in your backpack with you, but you get the benefit of a RAID with drive. So at $529 for 8 terabytes, that's a very affordable RAID that now is getting you to the 250 megabyte range, which, you know, will allow you to do most HD editing with compressed footage. Also, you can set it up as a RAID 0, which is for speed, or a RAID 1 for redundancy. So if you just want to back up all your cards immediately to that drive, you're going to be getting a copy of every file you back up, which is pretty cool on the road. It's drop resistance, it's pressure resistance, and it's water resistant. The GTECH Rugged family. GTECH had the GTECH RAW and the ATC drives, and now they're introducing their new Armor ATDs. Those are these right here, a little bit more rugged, a little more thicker, a little bit stronger. You know, these are really with the rubber. I'm going to open this up for you guys so you can see, you know, protected with the rubber underneath all the flip things so you don't have to worry about any water getting into anything. Very good drives, very reliable. Those are available with 1 terabyte starting at $89.95 up to $135.99 for 4 terabytes. The ATCs are cool because those you can get in Thunderbolt 2 as well. That's a case where the drive fits inside the case. Sorry, we don't have one of those up here. All right, Glyph has their own black box family of rugged USB-C drives, 500 gigabytes starting at $80.95, 1 terabyte, 119, 4 terabyte. They also have available with SSD, but I just want to show you how small and nice these are for rugged drives. I think I showed you this one before too, so we can get the scale. So I'm going to put all 3 of these kind of on top of each other so you can see they're all about the same size, these rugged drives that hold a single laptop drive in a rugged container with some kind of rubber outside of them. All these drives are good quality drives. We love them all. If you're trying to say which one's the best one, well, look for your connectivity you need and price point, and I think that's really what it comes down to because the performance of all these is really, really similar. SSD storage solutions are the next level. Now, SSD is going to give you faster throughput. You're going to get 540 megabytes or faster. They are durable. I want to start with the drive that was the first SSD around, the Glyph Atom, right here. One of the things I love about the Glyph Atom is this is a Thunderbolt 3 and USB 3.1 port. You can use both on it. They paid a little extra for that connectivity, so it can connect to either computer. I'm trying to get the G upside up, but here it is. There we go. And then we also have this little puppy from GTECH that we've done a few shows on, the GTECH SSD, which I am a really big fan of. This is the GTECH G-Drive Mobile SSD at 560 megabytes per second. This is really fast enough to edit any HD or compressed 4K footage, and it's got a big brother. This is the Pro SSD, and this puppy is going to get you Thunderbolt 3 connectivity up to 2,800 megabytes per second. Now, I want to put these two on top of each other so you can see the difference in size. Then I'm going to spin them here. These are Thunderbolt 3 only, but basically what you have is this is using SSD technology, and this one's using NVMe technology. Now, the reason it's bigger isn't because the chip is bigger. The chip is actually the same size, but these NVMe's throw off so much heat, you need more space, more surface area for cooling. So that's why that drive's a little bit bigger. LaCie has their rugged Thunderbolt C solution, which I don't think we have up here. 540, oh, is this it? No. Yes? No. Yes, here it is. Yes. So I want to show this one because it's really small. This is Thunderbolt USB-C, Thunderbolt SSD, very fast, 540 megabytes per second, Really cool. Love that product. I'm going to put it over here since it really belongs in the SSD family. And then Glyph with their SSDs, they have, like I told you, they have the Atom SSD, but they also have the Atom RAID. The Atom RAID, I want to get these two right next to each other so you can really see. It's a little bit thicker. It's a little bit bigger. This one's got 2 SSDs in it, so it's rated, and this puppy's super fast. Love them both. And then they're coming out with an Atom Pro NVMe for $299.95 starting at, which is going to be really exciting. This NVMe technology is very exciting. NVMe is almost a direct PCIe architecture talking to the interface. These drives get very, very hot, which is why you see all the cooling built up on it. So one of the things with NVMe, when it's a portable NVMe drive that you're going to notice is they're going to be bigger. They're going to be thicker. But once again, that thickness and size isn't because of the size of the chip inside. It's for the cooling that's required. But I think you're going to see big things from NVMe, and I'm expecting to see more and more NVMe type external storage over the next few months, and I really think that NVMe is going to become the standard storage you're going to start finding in laptops and other computers because it's just so fast. The next thing I want to talk about is security, and we're really excited about this. Over the last year or two, we've been getting so many requests from our customers saying, you know, do you just have a drive that's encrypted and secure so that if I give it to someone, let's say I did a commercial and I want to hand off the drive and say, okay, here's the drive, let's bring it to over to the customer, and we're going to send it by messenger. You know, maybe I'm in the middle of a city, so I'm going to give it to a bike messenger to bring over. Well, if that drive gets lost or stolen, we want to know that our data, our content is secure. So we picked up a new line that we're really excited about, some secure drive, and they have 2 different flavors of secure. So can we go back to the top? All right, so I'm going to isolate these right here. These are the 2 drives I'm talking about, and they're both secure. Now, this one, you would set your own multi-digit code, and if a person didn't get the passcode right, they wouldn't be able to access the drive. If they tried to hack into it too many times, the drive would wipe clean. This one's even cooler. This one talks directly to your mobile device or phone. It could be geo-loaded. It could be set up so that the person can only open it when they're in a specific geolocation. So this is when you're a little more paranoid and a little more security. Very cool app. It's also got an app where these drives can be managed from a central location. Now, one of the things they also have is USB sticks in that family, which, you know, I'm not going to recommend these for video, but they're super cool for if you just want to back stuff up and know that it's secure. And as you can see, this one's got the little numbers on it there. So we're excited about that. A lot of people have been asking for it. I think we all want to protect our data. When you're talking about a world where you're secure, you want to know that if something happens to your drive, that all your content can't be used by someone else, or perhaps it's content that you really don't want anyone to be able to share. Whatever your reason, I don't care what's on your hard drive. I just want to let you know that you could secure it with these products, which is very, very exciting. And then LaCie has also come out with a rugged secure drive as well. As you know, this was on the portable ones. We do have desktop storage solutions. They're larger size, less expensive. The portable drives we were showing here are all bus powered. So when you plug it in USB or Thunderbolt, the power comes from that. Our desktop drives require an AC adapter or wall wart to be plugged in. They're recommended for archival, long-term storage, as well as actually doing your video editing from. And then, of course, we also go into RAID solutions. That's a 2-bay to 12-bay RAIDs available. They have redundancy or data protection in them. You can format them as RAID 0, which is built for speed, one big volume. RAID 1, which is a match, one copying everything, or RAID 5 or RAID 6. RAID 5 gives you redundancy. So if you have, let's say, 4 drives in a RAID, the equivalent of 1 drive is used for redundancy, and now your data is spread across all 4 drives. And if one of the drives should fail, you still have all your data and you can rebuild the drive. All right, today's show went pretty fast. I'm sorry if I raced through it. I talk a little fast. I'm going to double back a little bit because actually I want to go to a drive that didn't make the chart, but I want to pick it up here. If we can go to this, it's this drive right here from LaCie. This is a RAID. And what's really cool about this RAID is it's also got a card reader in it. And this is, I think, what the future of a lot of drives are going to be, where you're going to have the ability to take your data in the field, put it right in through the card reader, but also be able to store the data, back up the data, move it around. So I'm sorry I skipped that drive. and that drive deserves more attention because it's a very cool drive. I also want to talk a little bit about the GTECH RAW and the GTECH EV workflows. These are the EV drives, and I'm going to pull this off of this drive so you can see what this is. These EV drive modules actually slip into their EV workflow. So if you have a shuttle or a 4-bay shuttle or an 8-bay shuttle with an EV reader dock, you can plug this drive right in and pull the data right off of it, which I think is very cool. It's a whole workflow story that the folks over at GTECH have that I think it was worth mentioning a little bit more on. Okay, let's talk about some of the future shows. We're in a little bit of pickle, folks. We're trying to plan these future shows, and I wish I could say that my vendors were cooperating, but products are getting delayed, products are getting pushed around, so this is what we hope to have our schedule over the upcoming month, but I can't promise you that we're going to be able to stick to it, and that is we want to do get it started in streaming, tips for building a multi-camera production. We want to do a spotlight on NDI, converters, cameras, and more. And we've got some new solo Connect bundles that I know we've been talking about for a while. The folks at LiveView have hit some bumps along the way, but we are going to get them, and we're super excited because we think they're going to be spot on and very excited. Now, today's show, folks, I'm zipping all the way back, was about storage, video storage, Videoguys. We have all the video storage you need. If you've got questions about what's the right storage, give us a call. Our folks will be happy to answer your questions, 800-323-2325. We'll recommend the right drives for when you're in the field, the right drives for editing on, the right drives and workflows for whatever your needs. I'm a big fan of SSD. I think SSD drives like this Atom drive and this little SSD drive from GTECH are probably my two favorite drives out there. This one is a monster and probably the fastest drive around because it's NVMe. And if you're doing 4K workflows and you got to edit in the field and have your data there, that's the one I recommend. But all the drives you see here, all the drives are great drives. This is a new form factor we're very excited about. Video storage, one of the most important things is understanding what solutions you need, whether you need mobile, rugged, or an SSD. And once again, recapping again, that your throughputs are going to be what you decide for what your need is. So if you're working with just file transfers and backup, 130 to 250 megabytes, fine. If you're going to be editing HD, you want to get up there to 450. If you're doing especially compressed 4K as well. And if you really want to be doing RAW or 4K RAW, you want 1,000 or 2,500. Okay, so that is my little recap of the show today. I want to thank you for tuning in. This was Gary from Videoguys. Remember, you can call us at 800-323-2325 or stop at videoguys.com. And as always, the usual social media plugs. Please like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on YouTube. Give us your comments on your video. Give us your comments on our Facebook page. We want to interact with our customers, find out what shows you would like to see in future programs so that we can give you the shows that you really want. We try to think about what you guys want, what new products are coming about, but maybe there's some great ideas you guys have for some future shows. So we'd love to hear them and get you what you need. So this was Gary from Videoguys.com. Peace.
Videoguys is available Monday through Friday. Give us a call at 1-800-323-2325. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram to stay connected with all of our updates. And you can like us on Facebook. Keep an eye out for our live videos, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.